Hi, this is Kathie from Craft with Kathie. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be using a little bit of ink and customizing baby onesies. I have a previous video that uses a couple different transfers. That you can also see. But for this one, I'm just going to make two real quick onesies. One using a Be Brave transfer with a lion that I already have on my fuzzing cloth here. Smooth that out. Ooh, is that sticky, and finish fuzzing this. These are 3 to 6 month onesies, short sleeve onesies. I've already placed a piece of cardboard under the front of the shirt to make sure that no ink bleeds through to the back. And I have used this transfer a number of times, but I think it'd be so cute on this shirt. Oh my goodness, look at it, it's almost too big. Oh, 3x6 is so tiny. I mean, 3 to 6 months is so tiny, so teeny. Okay, so this is Be Brave and Strong, and I'm going to use some gold shimmer ink. I think that'd be great for a lion. And I've already checked the consistency of this ink. It's between a yogurt and a sour cream consistency. If my ink was too thick, I would add distilled water to it to thin it out. And if it was too loose or too wet, I would leave the cover off to let it dry a bit. I found that with shimmer ink on cloth, I need a little bit more going over the silkscreen portion of the transfer than I normally would. Just to make sure all that shimmer comes through. I want to be careful that I do not go off of the transfer. As ink is permanent, if I get any on my fingers or if I go off the transfer with my squeegee, it will stain the fabric. Okay, I'm wiping across, picking up any excess and returning it to my jar of ink, making sure there are no lines, making sure that I have full coverage through all the silk screen. We have a little bit of a line there. Let me get rid of it. I want to check to make sure I have no ink. Aha, I do have ink. Let me wash it off. Get my paper towel and dry my fingers. Okay, no ink. And I'm going to lift this transfer, either lift from top to bottom or left to right or right to left, etc. You never want to pull up the transfer diagonally because then you could distort it. And when I lift it, I want to try and lift it in a 90-degree angle. If I can get my finger down on the cardboard here. Okay, is that cute? I'm going to put my transfer in a little water bath for cleanup. And take a look at this majestic little animal. Oh, is that adorable? Be brave and strong. How sweet is that? Okay, I'm going to put this aside to dry. I usually let my projects dry overnight before I heat set them. And I will use a heat press. You could also use an iron. use a cardboard that I've used for another project as my little backer. Seriously though, I would advise using our adhesive ink mats for this. I thought, being that it was such a small area, it really wouldn't matter, but on one of my previous shirts, the shirt was pulling up, and it would have just been so much nicer to have the shirt be able to stick to the adhesive backing. Make sure that you don't have any wrinkles or folds or air bubbles in there too, so it does really make a difference. I guess I need to order another ink mat. I cut up my previous one for small adult t-shirts, and I really just didn't want to cut it for baby onesies, so I think it's time to order another one. Okay, I think I want to put love on here. It'll just, now I'll be going off the board. Let's see, maybe I'll do just the word and come back with the heart, or maybe I could actually do the heart. I want to make sure that I have it on top of my cardboard. I don't want to go off. If I don't have the cardboard protecting the back of the t-shirt, the ink will bleed through onto the back of the t-shirt. Okay, I think I'm going to go with the love, and I'm going to use Couture teal. I've got some shimmer ink on here by accident. Let me clean that up. Make sure I don't have any ink on my fingers. Get my gold out of the way. Let me grab a smaller squeegee. As these are letters, I really don't need that large of a squeegee. And I honestly don't know if I've already opened this or not. I have not. So let me take the foil top off. I've heard that a sewing ripper works great for removing the foil, and I just keep forgetting to pick one up. Usually I'll use my scissors to lift it up. I just have to be careful not to get ink all over my fingers. Oh, this looks like it's a beautiful consistency, and I hate to throw this in the garbage. So let me set that aside, clean up my fingers, and see if I could save some of the ink off of the top of that lid. Let me get the teal off. I was going to use the red ink on the shirt, but I was like, that's so predictable to do love in red. How about if we do it in something else? Okay, I'm grabbing a paper towel to dry my fingers. Okay, now I need to fuzz this transfer before using it. I'm going to place it on my fuzzing cloth. I've labeled the back of the backer to the transfer. Pulling it off my backer. Notice one side shiny, the adhesive side of your transfer always gets placed on the shiny part. And then I label the back twofold. It lets me know that this backer goes with this particular transfer if I'm using multiples at one time. And it also makes sure that I don't accidentally put the transfer on the dull side instead of the shiny. So I always want to put the adhesive side of the transfer down on the shiny side of the backer. As you can see, this is a rather quick project. The only thing is you do need to let the ink dry before you heat set it. And when you heat set it, you will be using a heat press or an iron to do it. You will put a piece of parchment paper over the area to be pressed, and then Either hit it with an iron or a heat press. And then turn it inside out and do the other side. Again, use a parchment paper. This looks a little crooked. Let me redo that. I'm really liking my new self-healing mat. I don't have the glare that I was picking up on previous videos from the glass mat. And this is so nice because it has a grid that I could use for measuring or aligning. Built right in, and it's double-sided. Now I'm not going to go off the edge. I'm going to come right up to here but not fully get it because this is a little bit tight on space. And I'm going to scoop some off of my foil lid when I apply this. Trying to see where my cardboard ends. It ends right there. Here we go. Moving my lines. And removing any excess ink. Putting it back in my jar. And that's pretty much it. I want to make sure I have good coverage. And then peel and reveal. See, if I was using my adhesive mat underneath here, it would hold the fabric in place for me, which would be a little bit nicer. Oh my goodness, I love the Couture teal color. This is beautiful. How sweet for a little boy. I'm going to put my transfer in a water bath. And rinse off some of the chalk, some of the ink. Excuse me, make sure I don't have ink on my fingers. I don't want to smudge this little shirt. Then I'm going to put this somewhere to dry. Like I said, I usually let my ink projects dry overnight before I heat set them. Oh, I think, oddly enough, I think that's the favorite of all the onesies. Tough call between I got it from my mama and the Love, but I just think that it's so sweet and so adorable for a little baby. Okay, I'm rinsing the ink off of my Love, and I'm going to show you how I clean the transfers. I'm swishing this around in my water bath. And I don't have most of it, I don't have all of it off, but let's show you what the next step is. I want to take a Clorox wipe and gently wash the ink off of my transfer. I usually use a gentle circular motion to do this. I have the sticky side of the transfer on my self-healing mat right now, but there's water underneath it, so it's really not going to stick yet. Then I flip it over, make sure that there's no ink on the back of my transfer, and I use the Clorox wipe to gently remove the lint that I deliberately applied to make it not as sticky. Removing the lint renews the adhesive. It rejuvenates the stickiness, if you will. So I want to make sure I have as much of the lint as I can off of here. Our transfers are good for 8 to 12 uses, depending upon care. I've heard tell of some people who've gotten 30 uses out of a transfer. So with proper care, don't leave it sit in the water bath too long. Clean up as you go along. It's probably the best way to do it. And making sure that you get the lint off the back of the transfer will prolong the life of your transfers. Then I want to put this somewhere flat to dry. Right now I'm going to just leave it on my mat. If I was in a rush, I could actually use the other side of my fuzzing cloth. Fuzzing cloth has two different sides. This coarser side is for actually applying the lint. The softer or the finer side is for cleaning our chalkboards or laying a transfer on it. Sticky side up. Oh, it's already getting sticky again, so that it dries quicker. Once this is dry, I will take my mat, and I found the best way to apply the backer to my transfers, to my clean transfers, is once they are dry, leave them wherever they are lying flat, and take the tiny side of my backer and line it up and press it down, as opposed to taking the transfer and trying to lay it on the backer. This is flat and it's sticky. Leave it in place and just put the backer on top of it, as opposed to try and finagle using something that's sticky and sticking to your fingers and putting it to the backer. So it's easier to put the backer onto your transfer. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you'd like to see additional videos like this, please comment, add me, and I will add you to my VIP page or my VIP group, where you can see additional videos, some more tips and tricks, events, and any bundles that I may be offering. If you would like to have a little creativity kit or bundle of joy show up on your doorstep once a month for $19.99, including shipping, comment club below, and I will send you information about our Club Couture. In our Club Couture monthly kits, you get an exclusive transfer along with paste to complete the project. And remember that transfer is reusable, so you can use it on multiple surfaces or multiple projects if you want to. Thank you again for watching. I surely do appreciate it. Have a wonderful life.